Watch snobs, dabblers, and muggles rejoice. In this video, we're going to be looking at 3 watches that's not this one that we can all agree look great, function beautifully, and are worth the price tag. Now, if you are unfamiliar with the famous Casio brand, let me educate you. All the way back in 1989, Casio released the F91W-1 and cost around $10 US. A few years later, we saw the release of the A158, which was later re-updated and re-released as the A168 with more red accenting and a brighter illumination. This was the same though for the F91W-1, which was later re-released as the W217. This watch featured a bigger overall size, an orange illumination, a little bit different colorway, and the buttons were moved. But did you know that there was a dark past to the F91W? This was the only branded item ever to be seen being worn in public by the infamous Al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden. Not only was it his watch of choice, but it was the watch that was also provided to all new Al-Qaeda recruits. Not only that, but it was also found in a lot of the bombs that were produced and detonated by Al-Qaeda themselves. Now, starting with the A168, let's look at the overall fit of this watch. I just really love this watch and everything about it. The case of the A168 is a little bit bigger than the original A158, so you get a watch that looks a little bit bigger on your wrist and has a decent weight to it. The band of this watch is beautiful with the brushed silver and the small Casio logo on the clasp. You will get some hair pulling from the band of this watch because, well, let's face it, it is less than $25. The adjustable clasp, though, on the band makes this watch really easy to manipulate the size for any wrist. The illumination on the A168 with that beautiful blue is just amazing. You can see it both during the day and at night. Moving on to the F91W, this is a great little classic retro watch that is slightly smaller than the A168. The resin band on this watch is extremely comfortable and actually super durable. Now, believe it or not, I actually used to be a police officer for quite some time, and I wore this watch every single day for years. I love this watch through day shift, through night shift, through fights, through, snow, through rain, heat and cold. It was such a great watch, except for one flaw. The illumination on this watch is absolutely terrible. You cannot see it at night, and you definitely cannot see it during the day. Overall, though, I loved the way that this watch fit underneath my sleeves, and it was such a comfortable watch to wear all day long. However, I really wish at the time I would have known about the W217. The biggest of the 3 watches shown in this video, this watch is really just appealing to me. Again, the resin band is just extremely comfortable. It's super durable, it fits really well, and with this watch, there's 0 hair pulling. For someone like me with larger hands and larger wrists, this watch is almost G-Shock-like without the price. The one big thing this watch has over the F91 is an issue that I ran into all the time as a police officer. If I put my hands inside my vest or I put my hands in my pockets, The button that's along the hand side on the F91 is the start-stop alarm button. So all the time I was switching through modes on the watch as I put my hand in my pocket or stuck my hand in my vest. Occasionally, moving my hand in a certain way would hit the button and cause that to change. When they re-released the W217, they put the illumination button on the hand side. So now, if you slip your hands in your pockets, or maybe you're a police officer or you wear a vest of some sort, as you put your hands inside, you're not going to be hitting a button changing the face of the watch. All you're going to be doing is bumping the illumination button, which I think is fantastic. Okay, so let's talk about who these watches are for though. The A168 in the brushed silver or gold is a beautiful retro piece that literally anyone can wear. Dress it up or dress it down, it really doesn't matter. You can be a watch snob or someone who's never owned a watch before, and this watch is not only going to catch eyes, but it's going to command respect from those who know nothing about watches to those who know everything about watches, or those who think they do. The F91W and the W217 are both really great additions to add to your retro watch collection. If you're someone who likes to be outdoors, you have a sporty lifestyle, or you like that sporty look or have more of a utilitarian look. These are great additions that are going to complement any lifestyle though. But if you're on the larger size, the F91W is probably a no-go because the wristband is rather small. Honestly, all three of these they're great watches. They're watches that not only span generations, but levels of watch knowledge. I've seen these worn by those of us who can't afford, $10,000 to $40,000 watches. And I've also seen them worn by people who have collections made up of Rolex and Patek Philipe. Like, these watches are everywhere, and everybody is going to recognize these. These are going to be great gifts or even just great things to add to your collection. If you want to pick up any of these watches that you've seen or a few other colorways that I recommend, use the link in the description below. These are affiliate links, so they cost no extra to you, but they do provide a very small commission to the channel. If you liked today's video and you got any value out of this whatsoever, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit that little thumbs up button down there, and leave me a comment. Let me know. Have you ever worn one of these watches? Do you plan to? Or just talk to me about your watch collection. I'd love to hear from you. See you in the next one.